AITA for refusing to meet with my half-sister because I don't deserve that honor. So this is rather simple and messy. I, 24F, am an affair baby. My father, 75M, had me with my mother, 60F, while still being married to someone else, then divorced with his first wife when I was 4 and married my mum 2 years later. Because of the age gap and the general mess of the situation, I never truly had any relationships with my father's side of the family. For them I was just an unexpected person to exist, which I am totally okay with, since I have a great loving family on my mother's side anyway. So since my birth we have settled this lovely mutual agreement, where they pretend I don't exist and I forget that my father is not an orphan. Lovely. The only person who decided to break this mutual indifference pact was my half-sister, 55F. I probably also need to mention that my father was somewhat wealthy when he started dating my mother. He had already provided well for his eldest daughter, paid for her education, helped her to get a decent job in a law firm and bought her a large apartment. So my sister was extremely unhappy with my birth, since for her it meant that some of my dad's money will now flow the other direction, not my petty words BTW, she said that to my mother. And not only that, according to my mother's words, confirmed by my father and grandparents, she had been harassing my mum throughout her entire very complicated pregnancy, to the extent that my mother ended up in a hospital. My sister then found a way to call her even there and wished she had a miscarriage. The last time when she and my mother met she said I am worthless and don't deserve the honor of being called her sister, and she would rather give everything up to charity than let me inherit something from her. She was single and childless then and still is now. As from my own memories, I have seen her probably only 3-4 times as a kid, and got a few presents from her as a teenager, some her hideous old clothes she didn't want to wear anymore. She decided it would be hilarious to just send it to my mother in a garbage bag, so I donated it to charity upon her forgotten wishes. The funny thing is that even though my mother was accused of gold digging, my father had an accident and retired soon after their marriage, so she was the one who provided for me and gave me the future. Now I live in another country with my soon-to-be husband, studying and all in all doing okay. I was supposed to visit my family next week when my father unexpectedly called me. He never does that. Upon a very awkward conversation I received this information. 1. Even though agreeing to cut contacts, my father began talking with his eldest daughter a few years ago. 2. He systematically updated her on my life. 3. Since she learned I am doing okay and am soon to start my own family, she suddenly expressed desire to meet me. She has no family on her own and that somehow made her value our sister bond more. I kindly rejected that offer and said I would rather not. Then followed 20 minutes of a pointless conversation with such arguments as I am becoming older and want my children to reconcile, she was young and stupid, now she regrets, etc. When I reminded him that she basically harassed my mother and wished me dead, he called me out for being vengeful towards my sis and said he taught me better. I then said that I don't think I deserve the honor of meeting her, and don't seek to earn that honor, and he hung up on me. I know my father is an old man who doesn't want any drama. However, my mother is the sweetest person alive, and a mere thought that someone in a right mind could harass her to the point she was at hospital makes me sick. I don't have any interest in this sister bonding BS, and I don't care what she has to say. So AITA for not even giving her a chance to speak with me?